What is happening, friends? Justin Cutler, Empower Inc. Coaching, here to give you a very simple, very effective hip mobility follow along. All you're going to need is a tiny bit of floor space and about 10 to 15 minutes of your time. So let's begin. We're going to be operating out of what's called the 90-90 position. And in case you're new to this position, it is an extremely versatile position to do a lot of hip mobility work, specifically with hip rotation. In case you didn't know, our ball and socket joints, our hips and our shoulders need rotation. The basis of their ability to move well, move freely, is through rotation. So you're going to start just like you're chilling at the beach, sitting on the sand. Then from there, we're going to put one leg on the ground and the other one goes behind you. Okay, the more upright you are, and you're probably already feeling this as you follow along, the harder of a position this is in general. The more you lean away, the easier it is. So you decide what position is comfortable for you. You need to be in a position that allows you to breathe and relax. That is the key to building real mobility. You have to be able to breathe. We're going to be doing 4 different movements in this position, 2 for the front leg, 2 for the back leg, and then we're going to switch. I'm going to show you each one first, just so you can begin to wrap your mind around it, and then we're going to do it together. We're going to be doing 5 repetitions of each. So here we go. The first one is called a piriformis push-up. Now this is for the glute of your front leg. So with a nice tall spine, all you're going to be doing is pushing the chest forward until you feel a stretch in the butt cheek of your front leg. And then to reverse, you're going to push the leg into the ground to push you back up. You can use your hands for more or less assistance. That is up to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 5 reps. Nice tall spine, making sure we're doing relaxed breathing. Feel that stretch in the butt cheek, and then push the floor away. Okay, that's 1. Nice stretch. This one's awesome. 2. Again, really pay attention to your breathing. I can't overstate that. 2 more reps. Because if you're holding your breath, you're telling your brain this is not safe and to keep these muscles tight. When you're relaxed breathing, you're telling your brain this is safe. Last rep. Okay, nice. Good job. All right. Now we're going to do one for the back leg. We're just going to be going back and forth. So again, with this one, the more you lean away, the easier this is. The more upright you are, the harder this is. So we're going to begin by lifting the knee up and then scooping the foot underneath. Just do a little heel click here if you can. And then, if you can, try to just tap the knee to the ground. That's going to maximize what's called internal rotation. We're going to feel this in the top of the hip and kind of the back pocket area. Again, 5 reps. Here we go. Making sure you're breathing, so knee up, tap, and then back down. Up. If you're feeling this in the lower back, you're in too hard of a progression or position for you. For now, you need to make it easier by leaning away. 3. Again, we're just trying to feel this in the hip. If at any point you're feeling clicking, clunking, as long as it's pain-free, you're usually okay. 4. And 5. Okay, nice work. Back to the front leg. Now, sometimes in this position alone, if this hasn't already happened, you could be cramping here. When you're not working this leg, you can just kind of fold it into whatever is a relatively comfortable position. All right, so we're back to the front leg. So with this one, you're going to think about lifting the ankle up as high as you can. When I say that, don't obsess about how high or not high you can lift your leg. It's really more just about trying to get that rotation in your hip. So you're going to use your hands for support. You're going to lift, extend out. If you can lock out the knee, awesome. If not, that's okay. Tap the heel to the quad and then repeat. We're going to do 5 repetitions of this, all right? So again, nice and relaxed. Lift that ankle up as high as you can throughout the entire rep. Straighten the knee, then push your heel into your other leg. That's 1. We're going to do 5. Again, constantly check in with that breathing. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay. Last one, and then we're going to switch sides to the exact same sequence. For the back leg again, So again, we're gonna lift the leg up. We're gonna drive this knee back just until you feel your butt cheek turn on and no further, because we don't want to extend through the back. Once we feel that glute, we're gonna lock the knee out, bring it on around, and then bring it back, find that glute again, tap the knee like the other back leg movement, and then repeat. Notice how when I'm doing this, my torso is kind of following my leg. So you can kind of lean with it, rock with it. There you go. Lame joke, number one for you. Expect a lot more. All right, so we're gonna lift up, drive the knee back just until you feel that butt cheek. Straighten the leg, bring it on around. Try to keep the knee locked if you can. Find that butt cheek again, tap the knee, and repeat. 4 more reps. Again, checking in with the breathing, making sure you're staying nice and relaxed. Tap the knee. Come back out. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, look at that. The places we find ourselves. We can go ahead and switch. So now what was your back leg becomes your front leg. I'm going to switch around just so you can see, but you can stay there. Make sure my mic is still turned on. I was hearing some clicking there. Okay, good. All right, put that back in the pocket there. Okay, so same sequence. Now that we're in a different position, you may notice some stiffness in different areas than the last side. That's okay, super normal. The important thing is you're relaxing into each stretch, okay? So the first one is for the butt cheek of your front leg with a nice tall spine. We're gonna reach the chest forward just until you feel a stretch in that butt cheek. Push the leg into the ground to come back up. That's 5 reps. That's a very important distinction because if you're not pushing your leg into the ground, you're using your back. Your back does need to be strong, but each muscle group has a role. And the hip is supposed to do a lot of the extending, unless of course you're doing a back extension. So just to really condition the hip, since this is hip mobility, you want to make sure that you're using the hip and not the back. 1 more rep. Tall spine, feel that nice stretch. Sometimes it's okay just to hang out here, especially if you're tight on one side. Nice. Okay, back leg. So again, lean away if you have to make it easier. We're going to drive the knee up, click the heels together, and then tap that back knee on the ground. Okay, 5 reps. So that's 2. Woo. See, I was a little twitchy there. So if you find positions that you're a little tight, a little sticky, it's counterintuitive, but actually try to move slower through that position, because it's tempting to want to speed through it. But the problem is you're just encouraging the shortcut that your brain is trying to take because it doesn't have control there. Only by going slow and breathing through it can your brain go, oh, never mind, we can control this. So try to see those catchy, sticky areas as a signal to slow down and breathe. Last one. Nice, already that catchiness went away in my leg. Okay, front leg. So we're going to think about lifting the ankle up as high as we can, straightening the leg, tapping the heel to the back leg, and repeating for 5 reps again. This one you want to feel mainly in the inner thigh, the groin muscles. Okay? So we're going to lift the ankle as high as we can, get as close to straightening your knee out as you can, tap the heel to the quad, and repeat for 5 reps. So this is 2, 3, 4, always check in with the breathing. 5, try to stay relaxed. All right, last one. Back leg. You can lean away a little bit for this one if you want. You're going to lift it up, drive the knee back, feel that butt cheek turn on, straighten your leg, bring it on around, find that butt cheek again as you drive the knee back, and tap the knee to the floor and repeat. Nice, moving nice and slow. Slow is pro when it comes to this stuff. We want to try to own every square inch of the motion. Yeah, 3, 4. And 5. Nice. Okay, nice work. So here's the thing. When you are new to mobility, everything is going to feel clunky and tight. Just know that with enough consistency, which I'll prescribe here in a minute, that won't always be your reality. And this is coming from someone who I used to have to stretch for 10 minutes just to get to maybe parallel in my squat. And now first thing in the morning, I can and granted, yeah, I just did this mobility, but I can pretty easily sit in this position now. And I've only gotten older. So what I want you to do is, the ideal is doing this daily. But I know that's not everybody's reality, what everybody's capable of in the beginning. And so what I want you to do is commit to just 2 to 3 days a week of doing just 1 to 3 sets of this, and that's it. Because I'd rather you do a little bit less so that it feels doable. Because when something feels doable, you're willing to do it more and more often. Versus, you did 10 sets on Monday, but now you're thrashed and it took you an hour and a half. You're not going to want to do that again. I would rather you microdose it all throughout your week so it just feels doable. And by the way, 1 set is more than enough for you, especially if you're not doing anything right now. If you do 1 set 3 days a week, that's 12 sets a month. And that's 144 sets a year. Like, that's a lot. That's going to add up in a big way. But more than likely, as it feels better, you're going to want to do it more. And so that's my encouragement to you, is commit to just accumulating 3 to 5 sets per week. Try to spread it out. And then over time, especially if you're feeling really tight, you have 20 minutes or so, you can do multiple sets. If you want to do another set, you can just rewind the video to the beginning. And that's it for now. Please share this with a friend. I'm trying to help as many people for free as I can. I don't hide all my value behind a paywall. So I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you reverse out of pain if you're having it, or prevent pain if you don't have it. And that, my friends, is Fitness Simplified.